It was his passion, his joy. He loved walking. All he wanted to do was go for a walk.
But Emily Lakowitz's grandfather Heinz was punished for it. He had recently moved to a long-term care home in Ottawa and had wandered out a door that was propped open at the facility.
He was immediately put on a locked unit. They called him exit seeking. It was his fault. And that really scared him. He was now on a locked floor in a different room with somebody sitting outside of his door with a clipboard, tallying how many times he tried to leave his room.
Lakowitz tells us this could have been prevented if proper safety measures had been in place, but wandering remains a major issue in Ontario and could pose a serious risk to long-term care residents.
In this weather, extreme weather on both sides, right, is when we start to see deaths.
Earlier this month, 2 women in their 80s were pronounced dead after being exposed to extreme temperatures when wandering out of their Quebec homes, reigniting calls for better safety measures across the country.
We still have many reports, hundreds of reports of this happening in Ontario as well. But we only hear about it once it reaches the news because of a spectacular incident and a horrifying death like this.
In 2023, a senior died from the cold outside an assisted living facility in Oshawa after she was inadvertently locked out of the building. The home tells us following the death, they initiated a full independent review of measures, policies, and processes within the residence to safeguard residents, and upon receiving the report, took steps to reinforce where appropriate. The home and 3 of its employees have since been charged with criminal negligence causing death.
This is what I would like to see at all homes that are clearly engaging in negligent practices which are resulting in these deaths. Because a lot of this is consistently linked to short staffing. If you don't have enough staff, they can't detect when a resident is missing, or they can't appropriately and more speedily respond to the alarm system that is indicating that indeed a door has been opened that shouldn't have been opened.
Stamatopoulos is calling on the Ford government to mandate staff to resident ratios like those mandated in childcare facilities.
Imagine if this was happening in daycares. Imagine if children were being lost and dying to exposure in these daycares. There would be a massive uproar. And frankly, with this government, I don't believe it will ever happen.
We did reach out to the government. In a statement, the Ministry for Seniors and Accessibility tells us in part, the government continues to make significant improvements to protect residents, including a legislated target for homes to provide an average of 4 hours of direct care per resident per day, increasing annual funding for long-term care staffing to $1.92 billion and doubling the number of home inspectors. For City News, I'm Tina Yazdani.